Hi there guys, and welcome to another episode. Now I mentioned a while ago that I am changing jobs, and well, I've only really got about another 2 weeks left at the place where I currently work, which means that in the next 2 weeks I won't have access to the workshop where I am at the moment. So, as I said earlier, I need to find somewhere to be. Well, guess what? We found somewhere. So there we have Alice, parked up inside her new garage. So as you can see, it's not massive. There's a little bit of room on either side. She fits. She definitely fits. That's because she's tiny. So in the area where we live in apartments, and every apartment comes with its own garage. Well, I asked in a local Facebook group if anybody wasn't using their garage anymore. And a little kind old lady contacted me and said she doesn't drive her car anymore. She doesn't have a car anymore, so she's got a garage that doesn't do anything anymore. So if I'd like to rent it off of her, I can do. And here we are. So I've now got this garage that I want to be in now, and I can store the car in here. Now obviously I've got my Focus, my daily driver, and I've got Alice. So I've still got my parking spot, which is down in the car park area where I can plug the car in overnight and have it on the heater and stuff like that. So the previous film that I made where I fitted an engine heater to Alice is not unnecessarily as such, because I can still drive both cars. It depends on what I want to do. I might take Alice for a drive because she's quite fun to drive in the winter, I must say. She is quite fun to drive in the winter. So I've still got the option to use the garage for keeping the car in it, which obviously one car will be stood in here pretty much all the time, but then the other car will be down in the car park. So I'll still be able to use both cars, and I'll have a garage for it, which also means I can still work on cars because I've now got a garage. And I'll be able to work on either Alice or my daily driver or Mrs. the Mechanic's XC60 or whatever. Now there's a couple of things that I need to do with the garage before I move in permanently in here. Now obviously somebody else owns this garage, and I'm only renting it off of them, so anything I do in here needs to be temporary so I can take it out. But so as I said earlier, they are not massive. The garage isn't massive, as you can see there by the door. Now they are electrically powered doors, so I've got a button and a remote. I can just press the door and the door will go up. But as you can see, between Alice and the next garage, there's absolutely nothing. And stood in this next garage is this quite pristine and good looking BMW that I don't want to scratch, and I don't really want to get anywhere near it. So what I want to do is build some kind of a wall between the two of us here so that I don't get near this one. On this side, as you can see, it's already got a partition made with some chicken wire. I don't mind the chicken wire stuff. I may go the chicken wire route, but I would like to actually put some wood up so that I could, screw stuff to the wall and things like that and use the wall as a space. So that's something I want to do. The other thing is I've got some space at the front there. And I've got absolutely nothing in here. So there's no shelves, there's no area to store anything whatsoever. So I do have a shelf that I'm going to put probably in that corner there, and I can start putting stuff on the shelf. But it's empty there. I need a workbench or something. like a glove.
Well, there we go. More work than I thought it would be. It's quite difficult to get all them little tabs in, but it works eventually. So now we've got a shelf, we can put tools on it. There we go. I've now got somewhere I can start putting stuff, so I've got things at work, parts and some tools and stuff like that I can start bringing up and put it on my brand new shelf over there. But I need to ask you guys a question, and that is, what else do I need in here? Obviously I want to be doing things to this car and other cars if I can get hold of any other cars, but what else do I need in the garage? Obviously I need to put a workbench in here. So on my Amazon wish list I've picked out a bench that I think will be quite nice just there. But what else do I need in this garage? Obviously I don't have a lift anymore, so I can't lift the car up in the air, so some sort of a ramp. Have you got any recommendations for any kind of ramps or anything like that? I would like some better lighting. There's only that one there and that one there, so some better lighting I need in here as well. I want to get a diagnostic computer. Any ideas what I should get? I do have tools and I do have a toolbox, so I will be bringing them up here and putting them there as well. So I do have some tools and things to do stuff in. Obviously this is somebody else's garage, so if I spill anything on the floor, I don't really want to do that because I might get into trouble for that. So what do you recommend putting down on the floor underneath the car to not get oil on the floor, or stains at least? I'm not really sure what else to use. But is there anything else? Is there anything else you can think of? What else should I have in the garage to work on? Like I say, I've been spoiled really by having a lift, or at least 4 lifts to work on, and now I've got none. So I need some help with that. What do you guys have at home? Let me know in the comments down below, and yeah, we'll see what I can fit in here. But I finally got a garage. I can finally get some work done at home. It's within walking distance from home, so I can come up here, you know, whenever I want to. I can spend an hour or half an hour or whatever up here doing little bits and pieces. So I need to get some stuff done. Yeah, quite happy with this. This has worked out really, really well. Well, this part of the video was supposed to be me going up here to measure for this partition wall between the 2 garages, and then go and buying the parts, and you'd see me building the wall between the 2 of them. But when I've come in here, there's a note. Swedes are quite famous for having angry notes, and well, there's a note. I'm not saying it's an angry note, but it is a note on the car, and it basically says that the people that own that car do not accept that I build a wall in between the 2 of here. Now the idea for me building this wall was to protect this car, because I don't want to touch on to it. I don't want to damage anything in it. It is a rather nice looking BMW M5, so I really don't want to damage this car in any way, and that was the point of me putting a wall up here. The other point is that a lot of people in England have similar sized garages to this one. As you can see over my shoulder there, it's not massive compared to the size of the Fiesta. It isn't huge, but it's big enough for me to get in, it's big enough for me to get around the car. Now, a lot of people in a lot of other countries do have cars in garages similar size to this. The benefit of that is that you can pull the car outside if you want to work on it. Well, I don't know if you can see on my breath, but it's cold in here, and it's really cold in here. There's no heating whatsoever in this garage, so I'd need to heat the garage up. Well, obviously this side is only chicken wire, the other side is completely open as far down as you can see down there. So if I put a heater in here, I'm going to heat the entire building up, which I don't really want to do because it's me that's going to pay for it. So that was another idea with having the wall there. I could just heat up my garage while I'm in here. I could pull the car outside, but if you look at this picture here, you'll see that the temperature is -9, but you can see next to it, it says feels like, and that's the wind chill factor added onto it, so it feels like -16. Now I don't suppose a lot of people have ever worked in -16, but I can tell you this, you can't work without gloves on. You need gloves on, and to work with gloves on oh, it's a pain in the neck, especially small bolts and things like that. So it's not good. You do freeze really, really quickly. The other thing is the cars get cold. I did come up here the other day to bleed the clutch on my Focus, which I do on a fairly regular basis, especially under winter, and it was about -12 outside. And pulling the air filter box out, I actually broke it. I broke part of the air filter box off because everything was so cold, so brittle, it broke off as I tried to pull it out of the rubber grommets. So working outside isn't really a viable feature. Now, I have bought this little fan here. I have seen other people use these in workshops, basically because it's got this little frame on it here, and you can attach it to the wall up there, which is what my plan was going to be. And I can blow heat this way over the car and keep myself warm. But I can't do that because that means I'm going to heat up the entire garage now, and like I say, that's not possible. So I'm kind of being forced out of this garage. I can't work really in here because I'm going to freeze to death. Like I say, it's only 9 degrees minus today, but beginning of December, it's going to get colder. It's going to turn into -20, -30, which makes things a lot difficult to work in. So I now have to find alternative arrangements again to this. So I have to keep looking around. I will be doing a job in this garage very shortly on my Focus. I need to change the wheel bearing on it, so I will be doing that. We'll see how it goes, but you know, I'm not really hopeful about it. I think it's going to be cramped, it's going to be tight, it's going to be awkward basically. So I have to find alternative arrangements, and it kind of feels like I'm being forced out of the garage, to be honest, because basically all they want me to do is just keep the car in here and not work on it, and that's not really what I want to do. That's not really what I was planning on either. So that's as far as I can get with this one. It's not ideal, wasn't what I planned, and now I have to change my plans again. And hopefully I can sort something out, but I don't know. It's near Christmas and I'm struggling at the moment. So I'll see what I can do. In the meantime, that's all for this video. I can't do much else in here with the car that I was planning to do. So that's that. The video took a different turn to what I was planning on. This garage turned out to be different to what I was planning on. And it's a shame because the reason for me building the wall was to protect the other car, and they don't want me to build it. So it's a shame. But never mind. It'll only get better. 2025 can only get better. That's how I'm looking at it. So if you like what you've seen in this video, please press that subscribe button. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks a lot for watching, and bye-bye.